White Sox baseball on Chicago Sports Network is brought to you by Wintrust. Different approach, better results. The White Sox took the first of a 4-game series from the Twins yesterday. They'll look to make it 2 in a row against divisional opponents tonight. Miguel Vargas and the crew got it going against the Twins, who have been off to a much better start than a lot of people figured this Minnesota team would get off to begin this season. Welcome into the ballpark, everybody. I'm Connor McKnight. Great to have you with us tonight. It is a beautiful day here at Wright Field. This season, the White Sox are off to a much better start in the division than last year. Last year, 18-34 in the Central. They were outscored by a grand total of 42 runs. This year, oh, has it been better. 6-2 overall, a 5-game win streak, 4-0 here at home. You see the team ERA, that is a sparkling 2.83. And Colson Montgomery loves especially to see the Twins coming along. We're going to get to know the Minnesota Twins in this AL Central a lot better. This whole next week and a half is against the division, with 4 here against the Twins, then the Tigers in town, then the White Sox head back out to Minnesota. Seems like no matter who's been called up, no matter when, they've made contributions to this White Sox lineup up and down, and they wrote a debut yesterday. For more on that, here's Brooke Fletcher.
Well, Connor, that's been the story of the White Sox this season. It doesn't matter who's in the lineup or when their number is called. Every guy is finding a way to step up. And we saw that with Riku Nishida, who made his MLB debut yesterday. He got his first big league hit, but what really stood out was his defense. 7 putouts yesterday, the first by a White Sox outfielder in MLB debut since 1906. And maybe the biggest moment came on that throw home to cut down the runner and keep the game in check. Catcher Drew Romo had a huge day himself with a homer, and afterward Anthony Kay made sure to give both of those guys credit. He said that throw from Riku completely changed the game and joked he didn't know that he had that kind of arm in him for his size. But more than anything, Anthony said he just loved the confidence and the energy both of those guys brought in. Speaking of confidence, let's see if we can get some confidence from Sean Burke on the mound. We saw that in his last start, but hey, there's always room for improvement. John and Steve discuss coming up next. We'll be right back.
Dealers. White Sox baseball on Chicago Sports Network is presented by Toyota. Visit your local Chicagoland Toyota dealer or Toyota.com today. Let's go places. By Davis Law Firm, your Chicago lawyer. By Prevagen, made for your brain. And by Wintrust. Different approach, better results. That's Wintrust. Visit wintrust.com/here to learn more. Welcome back inside the rate. Good start yesterday. White Sox getting the win to start this series against Minnesota. This is the pitching matchup here tonight. A familiar face, Joe Ryan. He has been on a roll. He's only given up 1 run in 6 innings over each of his last 3 starts. Sean Burke, a great start to this season, trying to get back on track on the mound for him as he gets the ball for the White Sox. What is up, everybody? Welcome inside the booth. He's my guy, Steve Stone. I'm John Triffin. Thank you, all of you, for watching here tonight on CHSN. Sean Burke, he was last year's opening day starter, and to begin this season, he looked like he had that same elite stuff. He's trying to get back to that form as of late here in the month of May.
And hopefully he can, because the Sox certainly need him, and we'll compare and contrast all of the numbers. So in March and April, the ERA was 3.21. In May, 5.59. The opponent's batting average of 2.26. This month, it's 2.75. You look at the other numbers, they're commensurate with that. Now, strike one is how he starts it. If he gets that curveball over the plate, it's a great wipeout pitch for him. The control has been, by and large, pretty good, but he's got to make a big comeback. They would love 6 innings out of him tonight. It's a 4-game series, and 18 outs is the key.
Coming up, watch the South Side Sizzle. Munetaka Murakami belting his 18th home run of the season yesterday. How about the rookie Riku Nishida put on a show in his debut? Both in the starting lineup. First pitch is next.
It bothered us.
Baby, all day with it. Push to the limit. You know we get it. Never take an L because we all up in it. Go hard, go home, play on, play on. Go hard, go home, play on, play on. We with it, gotta stay winning. No time to lose, baby, all day with it. Push to the limit. You know we get it. Never take an L because we all up in it. Go hard, go home, play on, play on. Go hard, go home, play on.
Bring them out, bring them out. Riku Nishida in his second big league game brings all the energy and the excitement as the White Sox take on the Minnesota Twins in Game 2 of 4 here at home in Chicago.
I love to see all the kids all over the field getting autographs and getting ready for a beautiful night of baseball.
Derek Shelton in his first season as the Twins manager. Here is the lineup he is putting out there tonight against the White Sox. Byron Buxton, another DH as they are trying to preserve his health this season. Brooks Lee has been moved from short to third. Larnach, Clemens, Martin, Caratini gets the plate. Greg Keyshaw and James Outman's in center.
There's a look at Sean Burke. He's on for his 9th start, his 11th appearance. ERA a touch over 4. He struck out a lot of guys, hasn't walked that many. The command has been pretty good. So the hard hit rate is excellent at 37 plus. He uses his 4-seam fastball a lot, backed up by the knuckle curve. Then it's a slider and the sinker. Don't look for many cutters or changeups. And we'll take a look at the defense, and I will put them out there tonight. It's Sam, Tristan, and Riku in the outfield left to right, with Miguel, Colson, Chase, and Munetaka. Drew Romo once again behind the plate. And we told you about Sean Burke. He's just about ready to go. Weatherbug presented by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. 78 beautiful degrees, humidity at 40%, and the wind, at least to start the game, not much of a factor in from center field. Adam Beck has got the plate. Call strike 7% above major league average into the left-hand hitters.
All right, we are ready for baseball here on this Tuesday night. Sean Burke goes through his motion. First pitch, up and in to Byron Buxton, ball 1. Byron Buxton has been dealing with some right hip soreness, so over the last about 2 weeks he has only played in the outfield twice. The majority of the time he's the DH. In the air to right field, it is Nishida. He was a magnet in his first game yesterday. Makes the catch for out number 1 tonight.
The only ball he didn't catch was a little looper out to right field that most guys wouldn't have gotten to. He did get to it on the dive, but it trickled out of his glove. 7 putouts yesterday. How about that? The most since 1906. Anything you do that's the most since 1906, I'm thinking that's pretty good.
If he had made that diving catch, we talked about it. Build a statue, whatever he wants. This guy is here to stay.
A lot of enthusiasm. 1906, long time ago.
Number back to Sean Burke. He will barehand, throws to first, fielding his position for out number 2.
Sean decided to go with the bare hand, which is never a great idea, but he's a really good athlete and figured, you know what, I got plenty of time, I might as well get to it. And he makes the play easily.
So 2 quick outs for Sean Burke as he faces the 29-year-old Trevor Larnach. A lot of former first-round picks by the Twins in this lineup here tonight.
I mean, they've done a really nice job of developing some young players, but at the deadline last year, inexplicably, they traded off most of their pitching. Derek Shelton, who managed the Pittsburgh Pirates. So he's got a whole lot of experience, and they had Rocco Baldelli for a long time, decided to make a change. Shelton started out as a hitting coach, then he's been a bench coach. He's done just about everything you can do, and now he's getting his second shot at managing.
White Sox did a great job snapping the Twins' 4-game win streak last night with a 3-1 win to open up this 4-game set here at home.
Will Venable has done a great job of mixing and matching with a few injuries.
Strike 3 called. A 9-pitch first inning for Sean Burke. Take a look at the starting lineup for the Chicago White Sox. If you think it looks familiar to the one yesterday, that's because it is. White Sox are going to run it back with Antonacci at the top, Murakami, big bats in the middle, and Riku Nishida, another start in right, bottom of the order.
There's a look at the ace of this staff, Joe Ryan. On for his 12th start, ERA a tick over 3. You look at a whole lot of strikeouts and very few walks. He's got great command. And this is how he's going to use his stuff tonight. The four-seamer at 44%. He likes to throw some high fastballs early in the count. Then the sinker, the knuckle curve, the sweeper, the splitter, and not many sliders.
So a strike to start things off against Sam Antonacci. Through 36 games in his big league career, hitting .272. And we spoke to Will Venable this morning, asked him about the play of Antonacci. He said, it's not surprising because I knew how well he could perform this spring. That's when we really first got a good look at him.
And if you use him now as an outfielder, I mean, Meidroth has pretty much cornered the market at second base. And Will was talking about the configuration of the lineup with Nishida in the 9 spot, Antonacci as a leadoff hitter. Then you got 2 table setters ahead of the 3 big boys, Murakami, Vargas, and Montgomery. That's a pretty good lineup.
And that one's going to hit Antonacci. 11th time he has been plunked this season. And that leads Major League Baseball.
That got him, but fortunately it got him right on the shin guard.
All right, it's time for the lines to watch, presented by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. Home run hitters tonight, Steve. Who do you like?
I like Montgomery. I think Ryan's going to try to throw the ball inside and might just tail back out over the plate, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Okay. Munetaka Murakami stepping in with a runner on as he fouls off the first one.
One thing to bear in mind with Joe Ryan, he's had second base stolen on him 10 times this year. That's a lot. So I expect that the Sox runners will be very aggressive.
Antonacci taking his lead on at first. And that was a late strike call, so Murakami's going to challenge. ABS is powered by T-Mobile.
It's a good thing that Caratini held the ball, because that call would have been made after he threw it back to the pitcher, and that is a strike.
I think Murakami was so shocked that the call came in so late, he said, okay, immediately tapped the helmet.
You see overturned by fielders, those are the catchers, 58%. They've got the best luck.
There goes Antonacci, and he will steal second base.
That's what Ryan gives you. He's got a long, slow delivery to the plate. He doesn't look at first base, depending on somebody giving him a sign when to throw over there. Well, they didn't give him the sign, and it cost him second base.
Murakami had a home run in the first inning yesterday, his 18th of the season. Now a runner in scoring position. He leads the American League in home runs, only trailing Kyle Schwarber in Major League Baseball, who has 21. 2-2.
You can bet Monet is thinking about pulling the ball. Now it's a little more difficult with 2 strikes on him. It's a 2-2 count. He certainly wants to make some contact. The entire left side of the infield is open.
Murakami takes his time here this at bat. Looking to drive something to the right side. Ryan deals. Got it by him, strike 3.
That's his four-seam fastball, and he's got an unusual angle with it. It's almost low 3/4. Gives him a little late movement. And that time he won the battle with Murakami. Sox have never beaten Joe Ryan. He's 3-0 against him.
Last 7 games, Miguel Vargas has cooled off a touch. 4 for 22. Batting average of 182 at the plate.
He would have hit the ball out maybe a couple times, but certainly one time yesterday, if not for a very stiff wind blowing straight in.
Goes all the way down.
You see a little late movement, taking it more inside to Vargas, and that is a big swing.
Antonacci, he has been dancing at second, trying to time just how big of a lead he can get on Ryan, as Ryan has not paid him a ton of attention.
Well, he's got Keyshaw very close to the bag as they're leaving the right side open. Miguel doesn't hit to the right side too often.
Sox trying to take the early lead here in the first inning. Off the end of the bat, it is popped up. And the shortstop Gray makes the catch. Out number 2 here in this first inning. All right, this is Steve's pick tonight. Colson Montgomery stepping in. With Antonacci at second base, 2 outs now.
You can see the power numbers very good, 13 and 32.
Montgomery is 2 for his last 25 with 11 strikeouts. But when I talked to him in his locker today, he said, I'm super positive right now. I know all it takes is one swing and I am back in it. It's a mentality a lot of these young guys have. Whether you're hot, you're cool, it doesn't matter. They just want to go back to the ballpark and focus on each and every at bat. Not get too far ahead of themselves or not think about the past.
Well, the past is done. You don't have tomorrow. The only thing you have is this particular pitch, and if you can get that concentration one pitch at a time, which is really the only way to do it, usually it works out well for you. But Ryan is a pretty tough customer.
Oh, 2 pitch. Got it by him. 97-mile-per-hour fastball. That'll do it for the first. Welcome back. Top of the second. We are scoreless. This half inning is brought to you by Wintrust. Always enjoy $5 Tuesdays at the ballpark. Come out with your friends, family. You can treat them to a beer, hot dog, or 2.
Vienna beef hot dog for $5. That's worth it in itself to come to the park. The food here is always great. And you couldn't have a much better night than tonight. 78 degrees at game time.
First to have missed here to Cody Clemens. If that last name sounds familiar, he is the son of Roger Clemens. So he was very fortunate growing up that he wasn't a pitcher and he's a hitter, so he didn't have to have the comparisons to his father, the 7-time Cy Young Award winner.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he wasn't a pitcher, actually.
And Clemens surprised by that strike call.
I think everybody's surprised. Adam Beck seems to be in slow motion somewhat tonight. We'll watch it again. Inside off the plate, but Clemens decides not to challenge.
That one stays outside as Clemens double checks to make sure it is ball 4. Let's go to Brooke for her scoop from the clubhouse.
Yeah, guys, we had a roster move here today, placing Noah Schultz on the 15-day IL with a right knee patellar tendonitis. It's retroactive. He told me this is something that he dealt with all last season, and he felt it start nagging about a week ago, but he wanted to get out in front of it. He said this is mild. Hopefully, it's not a long stint on the IL. And with that, they called up David Sandlin, who's had a good year in AAA so far. He's going to get the start tomorrow, but tonight it's going to be a really valuable night for him. He's going to be able to watch this Twins lineup, talk with catchers. I see him in the dugout, sitting with the other pitchers, having those conversations, and also watch Sean Burke on the mound, who also is a righty, seeing how he's attacking this lineup. And Steve, we talked about this before the game. It's a real luxury to have from when you get called up and making your debut, having that day in between.
Yeah, you don't usually get that. And granted, if you have a lefty on the mound like Anthony Kay, if Sandler was pitching tonight, he wouldn't have gotten much of a look with Kay on the mound, but he gets a very good look with Burke on the mound, and how these right-hand hitters decide to attack him.
Also, Schultz getting that news today. You can understand he was dealing with that right knee, and when it's your front leg, you land it and you feel that pain. That can throw off your motion very easily.
That's probably why he hit a couple of guys last start. He wasn't himself in his last start, but he's got overwhelming stuff when he's healthy, and he should be healthy in the not too distant future.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count here to Austin Martin.
See what Sean Burke is doing? He's changing his timing to the plate. That's to try to combat the base stealers, and Clemens is one of those. He's stolen 5 bags, been caught twice. Sean has given up 9 stolen bases this year.
2-2. It's hit hard down the line, and it's going to go foul. Austin Martin at the plate, former 5th overall pick in 2020 out of Vanderbilt by the Blue Jays. Now his 3rd season here with the Twins. Had a breakout year last year. Actually was voted the most improved Twins on the roster.
Here's a situation if Romo does call for that wipeout knuckle curveball. He's got to be ready to dig anything out and try to block it. Keep Clemens if he's not running at first base.
We'll check on him at first.
It's Grady Sizemore, the first base coach. He was a manager here for a bit. He's a wonderful man, was a great player in his day, and now getting a chance to coach first base with the Twins.
You could always tell his shoe game was very strong, and you can spot those bright red kicks from very far away.
He's just a wonderful center fielder in his days with the Guardians.
Players loved him because he wasn't far removed from the game and could relate to the young guys very well. 2-2.
I would think Clemens is going to be running here. Sizemore is talking with him. The lead is about a half step bigger.
There he goes. On the ground to Vargas. He will backhand. And Murakami gets his foot back down on the bag in time for the first out here in the 2nd as Clemens scoots to second base.
That was nice footwork by Mooney. He's getting used to it, and nice smother of the short hop by Vargas. Able to just tap the bag again just before Martin gets there. And by running with Clemens, that would have been for sure a force out at second. Instead, he's in scoring position.
I think that's one thing people forget about Murakami is that he is a natural third baseman, making the transition this offseason in spring training to first base, and he's still learning on the job here.
And you can see him looking at the defensive card and where they want him to set up for Caratini. Caratini is a switch hitter. He hasn't been good from either side this year, but normally switch hitters who get many more at bats as a left-hand hitter will be a little better from that side and could very well be more powerful hitters from the right side.
It was a huge loss for the Twins when Ryan Jeffers, who was their best hitter at the time, went down on the injured list with a fractured left hamate bone. Had surgery, and he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks.
He insists it's going to be 4 to 5 weeks. And the oddity was it was the axe handle and he was swinging the bat with that. That's supposed to help prevent that hamate bone fracture.
People who are unfamiliar with where the hamate bone is, it's towards the bottom of your hand where it meets the knob of the bat. So it becomes very difficult to swing when you have that bone fractured or something off with it.
And usually it requires surgery and a stay on the injured list. That was a good moving fastball by Burke. Check out the movement. You see it, and then it starts drifting away, getting the foul ball instead of the solid contact to left center field.
Two balls, two strikes, the count here to Caratini. Vargas down to a knee to glove it. Now the throw over in time. Nicely done at third by Miguel Vargas.
This is our all-state good hands play, and very good hands on that. And then Miguel shows you he can pour it across when he wants to, and there's no doubt Sean is really happy about that. That was a hard hit ball, and Miguel was in perfect position to make the play.
Tristan Gray now steps in. He's a utility infielder here for the Twins. Was in the White Sox organization last year, put up numbers in minor leagues, was called up, but never actually got in a game for the White Sox last season.
Sean is a little unhappy with himself because he keeps falling behind these Twin hitters. So far it hasn't cost him, but if you're always behind 2-0, the odds of going 3-1 in the same at bat are pretty good, and the best two pitches to hit, the 2-0 and the 3-1.
Balls behind here. 3 balls, no strikes here to Gray. Good fastball from Sean Burke.
There's a lot of late life on that one. You can see it just dart away at the very end. That's his two-seamer. That'll get you the movement. The four-seamer is a little straighter.
Big guy at 6'6", 240. He's always been athletic, but sometimes the mechanics can get a little off. 3-2. In there, called strike 3 as Gray wants to challenge.
Oh, strike, the batter has challenged.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Pitch was the ball. Minnesota
The Twins probably challenge as much or more than any team in baseball.
So with the call overturned, that is the second walk given up by Burke here this inning. Rate is a proud partner of the 2026 White Sox. The Rate app gives Chicago fans an all-in-one wellness app with tools to build financial strength and guidance for fitness and stress management. Feel better, live better, play better. Download the Rate app today.
Zach Bove goes to the mound to have a word with his right-hander, who's walked a couple guys this inning. Here's a guy who we saw him last year and we thought, boy, he was destined for stardom right away, but hasn't gotten off to a great start this year. However, he's very talented. He happens to be their best base stealer.
Former second-round pick back in 2023 out of Arizona State. And Burke got him to commit there. Strike 1.
There you see a good hard slider, and Kershaw thought it was a fastball away, and it was well off the plate.
Kershaw still just 23 years old. Last year in 49 games, hit .302 with 4 home runs, and they thought this guy was going to take over.
Well, I think he's going to be a pretty good player. He's an all-out hustle guy every moment he's out there.
And a challenge now by Romo.
Call his ball, the catcher is challenged.
Well, you'd love to see this one, because without it, Sox are out, and that one just scraped the corner. Whew. You ended with no challenges for 7 1/3 innings or so. Not good.
Big call as Burke is now ahead in the count. 1-2 pitch. Lift in the air to center field as Peters, drifting to his left, makes the catch, and that'll do it. Yeah, you need the fan out. Getting a little humid, but we prefer that versus the coats and the cold weather.
Fan in one hand, phone in the other. No room for snacks.
Got to change that. Chase Meidroth leads things off here for the White Sox as that pitch from Ryan sails outside, ball 1.
Chase has been swinging it very well, and he can be a contact hitter, but this year, probably more than any professional season, he's trying to hit some inside pitches out of the park and been pretty successful at it.
In 122 games last year, he had 5 home runs. In 52 games this season, he's popped 4 already.
And today marks 1/3 of the season by the boards. Pretty hard to believe a third of the year is already history.
We're already at game 54. Wow. And the White Sox are above 500 and currently coming into play tonight, the 2nd spot in the wild card in the American League.
And also 3.5 games behind the Guardians, who are losing at this point.
Meidroth swinging through that one away here in this bottom of the 2nd. Let's go to Connor for some news and notes.
Colton Cowser with his 2nd walk-off in his last 3 games. The Orioles playing a little better baseball, still 6 under 500. Houston's combined no-no last night snapped the drought since 2024. The last one of the bigs, a combined no-no by the Cubs. The Yankees jumped all over the Royals early. Cam Schlittler going for the Yankees. He's only allowed 5 earned runs, guys, in his last 7 starts.
He has been lights out for the Yankees as Benintendi pops this one up.
There it is.
And Clemens makes the catch for out number 2. How do we feel about combined no-hitters? The Houston staff using 3 pitchers to get a no-hitter against the Rangers last night.
Well, you very rarely lose those. So I feel pretty good about it. However, as far as history is concerned, you're not going to find too many books that detail all of the combined no-hitters in baseball history. So it's always a nice thing because you're giving up no runs and helping your team win. And Houston, a little better, I think, than a lot of people thought this year.
Yeah. This one is driven in the air to right field off the bat of Tristan Peters. But that's what it would end at the warning track to end this 2nd inning.
Welcome back. It's the top of the 3rd. I'm here with Anthony Kay, who had another really strong start yesterday. 6 innings, 5 punch-outs, and only allowing 1 walk. Anthony, now that you've had some time to reflect on from your start yesterday, what is your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. We were, getting ahead a lot early, attacking the hitters and getting into good counts to, force some weak contact and get some strikeouts.
You told me after your Seattle start that you got away from your sweeper, but yesterday it was one of your best pitch. What felt different with the command yesterday?
Yeah, we worked on it a little bit in between starts to just kind of get the command a little bit better. And, just looking over the scouting report, I knew that it was a huge pitch for me yesterday, so we made sure to lock that in. And, thankfully it was there for strikes, and, he was able to command the game pretty well with it.
Especially in the month of May, I feel like you just better better. What do you feel like your biggest growth is right now?
Yeah, I think just the attacking hitters getting into good counts is the biggest problem that I had early on, and I think being able to get 0-1, 0-2 is huge, especially against these big league hitters. They're obviously all really good, and I think we need to do a good job of that.
We got a little challenge here. 1 second.
So what happened was it was a called strike 3 on James Outman. He didn't want to challenge. Home plate umpire Adam Beck saw the signal and made him use the challenge there, so they're going to lose it.
And Derek Shelton was not real happy with the way that played itself out, but it had most of the plate. We'll watch it again. So there it is, and he went right to his helmet afterward. Now, look, if they want to change the positioning of what you do, well, that's one thing, but guys habitually will try to adjust their helmets. Maybe that's not the best signal to get a challenge.
And you can't blame home plate umpire Adam Beck there. Aaron Buxton lifts this one in the air to right field as Nishida coming in will make the catch. Let's go back to Brooke.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, I guess let's start with Sean. I mean, what have you seen? Thanks, Mike. What have you seen from him so far on the mound?
Yeah, he's been really good. Obviously he struggled there a little last inning with a couple of walks, but I think he's been really good so far, and overall all year he's been pretty good.
Okay, yesterday I think we saw that Riku Nishida has quite the cannon on him, but what else have you learned about Riku?
Yeah, I mean, he's just an incredible teammate. Seen a lot of these Twitter videos of him, throughout the years in the organization, of him in the clubhouse, and he's fit right in with everyone here, and I think he's a great guy to have around.
He's got some handshakes with people already, or what's the pre-game thing that he's going around with everyone?
I don't know. I guess that's his thing. I mean, he's probably got more handshakes than me with anyone. I don't have any, so he's definitely fitting in well.
All right, so he made his debut yesterday. David Sandlin's making his debut tomorrow. I see him on the bench just talking with you guys. What are you saying to him, and what's the biggest piece of advice you'd give him?
Yeah, we're just getting him adjusted to the big leagues, and just trying to get him to treat it like any other game. Obviously, the nerves will be there regardless, but we're just going to try and get him to treat it like any game.
All right, Anthony, appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks.
Guys, back to you.
Anthony Kay, he has looked really good, made that move on the rubber. He's got that new attack angle, and he is going after hitters here in May.
He's been one of the most dependable pitchers on this staff and giving you a good outing just about every outing.
2 outs here in this top of the third. This half inning is brought to you by Hyundai. Burke deals, and a late swing by Lee to stay alive. He let that thing travel about as deep as it can go.
Well, realizing at the last moment that he was going to get rung up if he didn't do something, so that was the emergency hack.
Another one there. It was a 28 pitch second inning for Burke, but a lot smoother here now in this third.
Well, had a very good first inning pitch wise. Got behind a few hitters in the second and would like to wrap it up here with Lee.
Shake off now on the same page here with Romo. 1-2.
Lee's a much better hitter from the left side. Right around 60 points higher.
Thought about it, but did not offer. Ball 2. He's 25 years old, former 8th overall pick by the Twins in 2022 out of Cal Poly. Quite the battle here.
It's a good battle. A lot of pitches. The 9th coming up.
Burke trying to find the put-away pitch. Here's his 2-2. This one put in play in the air to left center. As Antonacci will make the catch to end this top of the third inning. Good start on the mound for Sean Burke.
revealed on June 13th. Enter for a chance to win our Summer Suite Sweepstakes by scanning the QR code on your screen or visiting shop.chsn.com and signing up for a Summer Sox Pass. No purchase necessary. See official rules for details. Chicago Sports Network, full screen ahead.
Nicely done as we start this home half of the third inning. 8-9-1 in the White Sox order with Drew Romo leading things off. Both teams looking for their first hit so far tonight. That has been the Sean Burke and Joe Ryan show to start this one.
Ryan loves to throw high fastballs to left-hand hitters, and there's 7 of them in the lineup. Last night, Romo hit his 5th. Fastball that was meant to be inside and couldn't quite get there. Home runs by catchers since April 25th. Drew is right there. 1 behind 3 guys. There's that high fastball that is signature for Ryan when he gets ahead of left-hand hitters.
Ryan, the best streak he has been on this season on the mound. Against Cleveland, Milwaukee, and Houston, his last 3 starts, he's given up just 1 run in each of those outings. 1-2 pitch. And his last time out on Wednesday against Houston, he only allowed 4 base runners. All 4 of them were singles and a season high 9 strikeouts.
You can take a look at this stuff and realize that he is one of the best around, and he's on quite a roll lately.
Romo behind in the count. And takes that one looking, strike 3.
When Pablo Lopez went down, that left Ryan as really the ace of this staff.
Number 51, Riku Nishida.
Crowd loving the effort of the 25-year-old Riku Nishida, making his big league debut yesterday. Went 1 for 3. Even threw out a runner from right field at home plate. As he will ground this one to second. And Kershaw the throw in time for out number 2. Grab your friends and head to the park for Miller Lite Baseball and Brews. You get 1 ticket and 2 beers starting at $24. Now you must be 21 and over with a valid ID. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/brews. All right, it's an interesting look.
If you have to have a look, that's a look.
Let's just say fans are coming out and they're having fun at the ballpark, and that is all that matters right now. Whether it's the tarps off trend that we've seen going around Major League Baseball, where people are taking their shirts off and flying around, or, having a fun get up.
Looks like it could be a Ninja Turtle on the shirt.
Antonacci lifts this in the air to left field as Larnach makes the catch, and the Sox retired in order. A 9-pitch inning. Welcome back to Right Field. Top of the 4th we go. Scoreless between the White Sox and Twins. This half inning is brought to you by Toyota. Broken bat in the air to right field. Nishida cannot make the diving play. So Trevor Larnach will come up with the first hit of the ball game here in this 4th inning.
He breaks the bat, but it turns into gold for him as Nishida can't quite get there. Probably heard of the Golden Spikes Award. Well, Nishida has him in right field.
So here's Cody Clemens, walked his first time up. As that pitch missing outside. Sean Burke is now 6 of 13 first pitch strikes so far tonight.
He'd like to do a little better than that, but so far to this point he's held them scoreless.
Driven down the line in right field, and that's going to be a fair ball. It's going to rattle around the corner as Larnach will score. Clemens going to third. An RBI triple as the Twins strike first here in this 4th inning.
Get Jen Powell on the call, and this is a breaking ball that stays up. High curveballs usually won't get it done, and this one hits just inside the line, and then the carom off the wall is difficult for anybody, certainly, but especially a guy playing only his 2nd game in this park.
That's how tough this game is. You break the guy's bat, give up your first hit of the game, and then followed up by a triple, and you're down 1-0.
Triple right on the line.
Sean Burke came into the night 5th in Major League Baseball with a first pitch strike rate just under 69%, but he has fallen off of that so far here tonight. Line drive to center field. It's going to drop in front of Peters as Clemens now scores. Twins make it 2-0 in this 4th inning.
That's 16 driven in by Martin, and 3 straight hits this inning.
Catcher Victor Caratini grounded out to third his first time up. And the runner goes. Throw down from Romo in plenty of time as he gets Martin.
That was just a great throw. Drew Romo getting rid of it quickly. The pop time was outstanding. Even with a good jump, he's dead to rights at second, with Colson putting on the tag, and they got him by a good margin.
The throw on the first base side of the bag, and Montgomery didn't have to move his glove much. So with Ryan Jeffers on the injured list, Caratini and Jackson, who we saw behind the plate last night, the 2 of them since are 4 for 22, including the first at bat tonight for Caratini.
You know that Jeffers wants to hustle back because he's going to be a free agent after this season. And if he comes back and he's the same hitter he was when he went on the shelf, he's going to be very valuable, because he is a #1 catcher, a very productive offensive guy in the last couple of years especially, and he'll be sought after.
Sean Burke with the fastball blows it by Caratini for the strikeout. It's time now for a message from Ankin Law.
Colson, it's important to put the work in, isn't it?
Absolutely. Practicing early, staying late helps me stay locked in.
And if you've been injured, my team is here to help you. Call 312-6-million. Injury law made personal. That's Ankin Law.
You also show how valuable you are when your 2 replacements are hitting under 200 combined. It's a big hole for this Twins team. Sean Burke starting to lean on the fastball here this second time through the order.
Jeffers also is excellent at those challenges. You can look at his numbers. He's usually in the top 2 or 3 in baseball. A lot of incentive to come back, and there's no doubt the Twins really miss him.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Burke. But it's the Twins putting up 2 runs, taking an early 2-0 lead.
Murakami and Riku Nishida both in the lineup. The White Sox become just the 3rd team in MLB history to start 2 Japanese-born position players in the same lineup. The others were the 2008 Phillies and the 2012 Mariners with Ichiro Suzuki. And Will said before the game, you can already see the value of that connection. He mentioned Riku talking with Mune after at-bats yesterday, helping pass along information and game planning details, and also having another player who understands the language, the culture, and just the adjustments that come with playing here has really been valuable for both guys. And guys, listen, I talked to Riku before the game. First off, he said his phone is absolutely blowing up, but we have that event on Thursday. He said Mune is actually taking him shopping tomorrow for a suit. So keep an eye out for Riku and Mune's suit on Thursday. They'll be styling.
They had a cool interaction yesterday after Nishida struck out. Murakami had some words of advice for him heading back to the dugout. As that pitch sailing upstairs, 2 balls and a strike here to Murakami. When he homers, it is a different look to this White Sox offense. Homering the game yesterday, the White Sox get a 3-1 win. And with that Romo home run, now 48.7% of the runs for the White Sox have come via the home run.
Well, there's no doubt that this is a much more powerful team than the Sox have seen of recent vintage.
The only team coming into play tonight with more runs via the home run, the Mariners, just under 50% of their runs. Two balls, 2 strikes to Murakami. In the air to left field, Larnick, just shy of the warning track, will make the catch to start this home half of the 4th. White Sox are trying to find this and figure out this puzzle that is Joe Ryan to start this game.
He's just throwing a whole lot of strikes. That's normally what he's been doing this year. The Sox have always had problems with him.
Vargas down the left field line. 3 Twins converging in foul territory, but this one out of play. For Ryan, if you take out his 2 worst starts, April 1st against Kansas City and April 23rd against the Mets, in his 9 other starts, he's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer, as he is putting together a stellar start to his season.
In the first inning, because he hit Antonacci, far and away, pitch-wise, his worst inning, but he has yet to give up a hit.
Catch in the corner, strike 2 here in this 4th inning. This half inning is brought to you by Davis Law. First time we saw Ryan visibly upset with himself after missing with that pitch.
Well, he pretty much knew if he could throw a strike with that, it'd probably be his wipeout pitch, but he missed.
Popped up as Clemens coming in at first, and he makes the grab for out number 2. White Sox having a tough time even squaring up the baseball right now against Ryan. As this is the power part of the order, with Murakami and Vargas both retired, leading to Colson Montgomery here in this 4th inning.
That's just a snapping breaking ball that has great spin on it. Colson thinks this is a strike until right about here, and it almost hits him on the way by.
That looks like video game type stuff. I mean, it's in the zone the entire way and then almost hits his knee.
Right when he gets ahead in this situation, usually goes to the high fastball.
Oh, 2 pitch. Breaking ball driven the other way as Colson Montgomery, the first hit of the night for the White Sox. It comes with 2 outs here in the 4th inning.
He goes to the breaking ball and it cost him the no-hitter. So Colson taking it the opposite way and no chance at all for Lee at third.
That could be the type of at bat to get Colson Montgomery back on track, really just staying through the baseball the other way. I asked him because we saw a potentially different stance from him in San Francisco if he was bowing that front foot in, and he said, no, nothing intentional. If I did, I didn't realize it. Just, you know, always tinkering with my swing, just trying to get back on track. Now Mydroth pokes this one into right field. Back-to-back singles, and the Sox have something cooking.
This is a pretty good pitch, and Chase just takes it the other way. So now the tying runs on base, and the Sox trying to answer the 2 that the Twins put up this inning.
Gotta love the approach this second time through. You can tell the White Sox are noticing that Ryan has excellent stuff tonight, and those last 2 at bats not trying to do too much. Andrew Benintendi with 2 down.
Last time up early in the count, he threw a high fastball and Benny popped it straight up. This time he lays off the breaking ball, and that brings Caratini out for a visit to the mound. He hasn't had to say anything to Ryan to this point, but he's got a couple of men on. One of the holdovers from the old administration is Pete Mackey, the pitching coach. So far we have not seen him.
A lengthy conversation here on the mound as Adam Beck now makes the walk to break it up. Missing with the fastball. It is now 2-0 here to Benny.
He hasn't gone 2-0 very much tonight. So now Benny in command of this at bat.
That's when you know the stuff is dialed in a hitting count. You can just spot the fastball on the outside corner. This will be pitch number 50 tonight here for Ryan. Lights are on here at right field as the sun is starting to set in Chicago. 2-2. Bouncer up the middle as Keyshaw makes the play to first, and the Sox will strand a couple of runners.
Bank. Marquette Bank is Chicagoland's trusted neighborhood bank and home lender. So level up your banking with Marquette Bank at emarquettebank.com. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. This time of year, it's getting and staying lighter longer. And so now the guys are going to be able to see the ball a lot better, and the pitches have to be better than they were earlier in the game.
So the pitchers had the early advantage, and now shifting more towards the hitters as we go on.
Yeah, I think you saw last inning was the first inning where the visibility was pretty good, and there was 5 hits combined. Unfortunately, the Twins got 3 of them and put them all together, which produced a couple of runs.
Luke Keyshaw flew out to center field his first time up, as the Twins will have 8-9-1 to the plate here in this 5th inning. Underneath the glove of Burke, Mydra, the quick release, and he gets the runner for out number 1.
This one off the end of the bat. Sean can't get to it, but Mydra right there to make the play.
I love the hands of Mydra, whether he's receiving that double play throw or a ground ball, he just gets rid of it so quick.
That's really the key on a double play, and he does it very well. And they both work together because it's usually Montgomery and Mydroth, and you're looking for a chest high throw. More times than not, Colson gives him a good throw. Chase gets it away quickly, and if they can turn the double play, they will.
Top of the 5th, this half inning is brought to you by St. Xavier University. Only blemish for Burke that 4th inning, where he gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. As James Outman steps in, 0 for 1, went down looking. One ball, 2 strikes. Got him swinging. Romo will complete the strikeout as he throws down to first for out number 2.
So this year, Buxton is 4 for 4 in stolen bases. We flash back to the last time they got him, and it's Corey Lee. It's almost a concession speech, and we believe that he got hurt on this play. But this year 4 for 4, last year 24 for 24, and that was the last time 2 years ago he was thrown out stealing. And that is the memorable moment presented by Prevagen.
And here is that man, Byron Buxton.
It's amazing how often that happens. You know, like a guy making a great play and leading off the next inning.
Couple flyouts to right field for Byron Buxton tonight as he steps in for the 3rd time. What have you thought about the stuff of Sean Burke so far here tonight?
I think it's very good. I think the fastball has as much movement as we've seen in any one of these starts. It's gone to a lot of 2-seamers, and getting that movement away from the left-hander into the right-hander. Now he needs a little help with some offense from his teammates.
Pops the glove for strike 2 at 96 miles per hour.
Romo wanted it away. Sean got it inside, but it's still effective.
2-2. Five strikeouts tonight for Sean Burke, as he looks to close out his 5th inning. Payoff pitch. In the air to right field, it is Nishida moving towards the line, and he makes the catch. A 1-2-3 5th inning for Sean Burke. White Sox down 2-0. 15,000 fans 21 and over will receive a teal and Caro bobblehead presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Or you can skip the lines and secure your promo at checkout with guaranteed promo. To purchase tickets and prepaid parking, visit whitesox.com/promos. You know, Steve, we like to do a little scoreboard watching and just inform people of what's going on around Major League Baseball. We've got our eyes on the score in Pittsburgh.
But there's some bad news. The Pirates have committed 3 errors.
Oh, well, the scoreboard says otherwise. 10-1 over the Northsiders. And if that score holds, Cubs would lose their 10th straight. And they would be the first team since 1987 to win 10 in a row and also lose 10 in a row in the first 55 games in a season.
Pretty amazing. They won 10 in a row twice. But for the moment, they've fallen on some hard times.
That is amazing, even with 3 errors, to have a lead like that for the Pirates.
Pirates are a much improved group.
Tristan Peters, slow roller to second. As the sidearm throw from Keyshaw is in time. It's time for today's GovX Hero of the Game.
The Chicago White Sox and GovX are proud to honor our hero of the game. Tonight we pay tribute to Vietnam veteran Captain Alan Hotelling of the United States Army.
He was enjoying it, and everybody, whether they're for the Sox or for the Twins, standing on their feet, celebrating the Vietnam veteran. It was a great Memorial Day crowd here yesterday, over 30,000 people. And the White Sox needed that lift.
Yeah, they were really into the game. I mean, that crowd was engaged from the beginning to the end. It was a tough and tight game, and it's a 3-1 game where every hit, every defensive play was just magnified because neither team was scoring very much.
Come off a tough road trip out west, get back in late the night before, really the morning of the game, a 1 o'clock start, and White Sox players have told us all season long that the fan support has been huge, and they have felt it all season long. The 0-2 pitch here to Drew Romo. Starting to see some summertime shy type weather here at the ballpark. Big breaking ball, and another strikeout for Ryan.
Off center grip, but it's a very short, quick breaking ball. So it's pretty tough to read out of his hand, and he has mystified a lot of the Sox hitters tonight. But he's been doing that for the better part of the last 4 starts.
Second at bat tonight here for Riku Nishida. 2 outs here in this bottom of the 5th. This half inning is brought to you by Prevagen. So Nishida was born in Osaka, Japan, attended high school there before coming over here to the United States to attend junior college. Played a couple years of junior college baseball, then went on to play at the University of Oregon, and the White Sox drafted him in the 11th round in 2023. Pokes this one to left, but Larnach will make the catch. Sox retired in order to end this 5th inning. Ballpark with a family pack starting at just $21 for select games. Each ticket purchase includes a hot dog, a drink, chips, and a cookie. For tickets, visit whitesox.com/family. This is what you want to see from your starter. Going into the 6th inning, Sean Burke delivering strike 1 to Brooks Lee.
He only has 77 pitches. Joe Ryan has a lot less than that. So both of these guys doing a pretty good job here with the Twins up 2-0.
Can you feel when the opposing starter has their A stuff and you need to rise to the occasion on the mound?
I think you realize when you're facing Ryan, who is the ace of their staff, he's probably going to throw a low-run game. You can't afford too many mistakes, and Sean has been very good tonight. He had the double, triple, and base hit coming into 4th inning. Outside that, that's the only inning the Twins have had as many as 1 hit.
Fly ball center field. Peters trots in, and there's one down to start this 6th inning. This half inning is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai. So this is where the trouble started that you were talking about back in the 4th inning with Trevor Larnach.
He hit a little looper to right field. Nishida could not get to it, and then on the dive the ball trickled by him. Started off with a double, and then Clemens took one right on the chalk line in right field for a triple.
Twins are really excited. Trevor Larnach having one of his best offensive seasons in his 6th year here in the Bigs. He has also turned into a plus defender in left field for them.
That was a pretty good pitch. I think that Romo wanted a challenge at the last instant. He didn't, knowing there's only one left.
Sean Burke has his season back in the right direction with his outing here tonight. 1-2. Got him swinging.
There's a knuckle curve, and it was a dandy. Follow our Sox at ChicagoSportsNetwork.com, presented by Nationwide Insurance Agent Jeff Vukovich. Get to enjoy knowing the Vuk as much as you do the jingle at JeffVuk.com, because Nationwide is on your side.
In the last 3 starts for Sean Burke, he failed to make it through 5 in any of them. And now he's 1 out away from getting through 6.
The stuff has been very good tonight. He had the 2 walks in the 2nd, the 3 hits in the 4th. Other than that, he's been nails.
Clemens calls time to try to break up the rhythm of Burke on the mound. Got an RBI triple in the 4th, driving in the first run of the game.
Top of the order up in the 6th for the Sox. Get out of this one, turn it over to the offense.
Fastball by him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sean Burke. Some of the best stuff we have seen from him this season.
He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat tonight. Listen, that's just who he is. Since making his debut on April 15th, he's been hit 11 times, the most in Major League Baseball. He's been hit as many times as the entire Brewers team and more than 6 MLB teams overall. Painful way to get on base, gentlemen, but the White Sox, they're going to take it, right?
Part of his game now. Said once the stakes got elevated going into high school, he realized in order to win, do whatever you need to do to get on base. And he said that just became part of my game.
He's a contact hitter and a table setter. His job is to get on base ahead of the big guys, and with that in mind, as the leadoff hitter almost on a nightly basis, the 3 big guys are lined up behind him: Murakami, Vargas, and Montgomery.
1 ball, 1 strike. White Sox with just 2 hits off the starter Joe Ryan as he faces this White Sox lineup for the 3rd time. In there, called strike 3. More late movement from Ryan.
We'll watch it again, and it looked low to me by the naked eye, but it's really close with 1 challenge left. leading off an inning especially. You don't want to lose it with that one, although he would have won it.
Ryan's not even at 70 pitches on the night, with one out here in this bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, just like hitters, pitchers get on a roll too, and he's been on a long roll.
Ground ball to the right side from the grass. Kershaw, and Ryan covering in time to get the out.
Time for tonight's slide of the game, presented by Wisconsin Dells, the water park capital of the world. This is a fine play. Good coordination between Kershaw and Ryan at the bag, and they get there a step ahead of Murakami. This is really a good effort.
That's when you know you're locked in on the mound. You don't even look down at the bag. You're just looking at the throw coming in. Two starters going to battle against each other here tonight.
It certainly has been a pretty quick 6 because neither offense has done a whole lot. Twins, however, do lead by a pair.
Oh, 2 to Vargas. Up and in. What does that potentially set up here in this at bat?
Well, look, the pattern is then to go away with a breaking ball, but Ryan has such good command with everything, and he feels very confident with everything. So he's got a sharp breaking ball that he keeps low and out of the zone, but it looks like a strike for a long time. He made a mistake and got away with it because that split the middle of the plate.
From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/White Sox, the official source for your Chicago White Sox gear. That guy was dialed in. He's got the City Connect jersey, the hat to match. White Sox will have them on Friday night. There it is. Sean Burke pitching into the 7th inning tonight. That was pitch number 90.
Yeah, just really good stuff all night. 7 strikeouts, the 2 walks coming in the 2nd, and only 1 inning did he give up the hits.
And if you think about it, he had that 1 inning in the 2nd, 28 pitches. Command got away just ever so slightly.
Other than that, he's bounced back very nicely in this one.
Well down the line in left field, but that'll be foul off the netting. Another growth moment for some of these young players, especially Sean Burke, being able to get his outing on track and to stick with what has been working here tonight against the Twins.
Well, he's had just a very lively fastball all night. It's been moving off the hitter's sweet spot. Many times he's thrown that fastball by him.
One ball, 2 strikes here to Martin. Even those misses, he's not missing by much.
And if there was 2 challenges left, he might have challenged this one, but it's just down and out of the zone.
Pitch number 95 tonight. Gets the ground ball to Colson Montgomery on the move. One away to start this 7th. Let's go to Connor for a trip down on the farm.
All right, John, a bump in the road on our trip down to the farm tonight. Number 5 prospect in the White Sox system, Billy Carlson, has a fracture in his thumb. He picked it up while sliding into home a couple of days ago. It'll be 4 to 6 weeks of rest and recovery for Carlson. You can see the numbers. Good start for his first full affiliated season for Carlson. But again, guys, bump in the road. Not a big deal. Hopefully you see Carlson swinging it again soon.
All right, we wish him a speedy recovery. As well, Venable rolling with Sean Burke here. Caratini lifts this one deep in the air to right center field. And Nishida with the catch. 2 down.
Newcomb warming up in the pen just in case. 97 pitches, and there's a look at Sean Newcomb.
This is game 5 in a stretch of 13 in a row for the White Sox. So the bullpen is certainly going to appreciate an outing like this from your starter.
20 outs so far. The 21st would wrap it up again, turn it over to the offense, and leave only 6 outs to go in the regulation game.
Just pouring in strikes tonight from Sean Burke. It's 0-2 here to Gray. Here's pitch number 100 tonight. Yes, sir. Stand up and give this man a round of applause. What a night for Sean Burke. 12th as the White Sox take on the Dodgers at 6:40 p.m. 10,000 fans in attendance will receive a Homies Big Head figure presented by Beggar's Pizza. Now be sure to stay after the game for a post-game fireworks show. To purchase tickets and secure your promo at checkout, visit whitesox.com/guaranteed promo. Colson Montgomery leads things off for the Sox here in this home half of the 7th. Got the first hit of the night for the White Sox back in the 4th inning. And a big hop to Clemens at first, keeps it himself, 1 away.
What a performance tonight by Sean Burke. I'm pretty sure that'll be it for him as the pen is still up and going, but 7 innings, a couple of runs. Just 3 hits, walked 2, fanned 8. And the stuff was crackling tonight.
Davis Martin was the last White Sox pitcher to go 7 or more. Did that back on May 4th, excuse me. Burke was unable to get through 5 in his last 3 starts, and he gets through 7.
Now his stuff was just as good as it could be tonight. But he's got a man on the mound on the other side that's doing a whale of a job also. Ryan has given up just 2 hits and hasn't walked anybody as the Sox looking for some late magic here tonight.
Chase Myjoth has the other White Sox hit tonight. Down the line, but foul. Ryan lost his glove, yelled out something we can't repeat as he was very unhappy.
Lee can't get there, but the ball hooks foul with Dan Iasonia on the call.
All right, here's Ryan's reaction. Look at that. Just tosses his glove.
Guess he wasn't happy with the placement of the pitch.
Grounded to third. Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Chicago Southland, where the action never stops. Play the hottest table games, enjoy the newest slots, and celebrate big jackpots. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. I mean, it's one thing to be unhappy with yourself, but you got to have a little more composure than throwing your glove.
Ryan's really been on the corners all night. Hasn't made too many mistakes.
Benintendi hits it hard off the bag at first, and the Sox catch a break because Clemens looked like he was in position there at first.
Andrew keeps the inning alive, hits that ball awfully hard, and right there on the bag into right field. Would have been a tough play anyway for Clemens, but became a moot point as it went about 20 feet in the air and given a chance to Peters, who hit a long fly ball in the second inning.
This is that part of the order that Will Venable has been very excited about, this bottom three. Where he feels like guys can do a variety of different things, and it gives opposing teams a different look. Peters has been hitting the ball hard. He can also bunt. He can fly. Ryan at just 84 pitches with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. He has been on point since the first. It's been a tough night for White Sox hitters.
That hit him.
It did. So Peters will be awarded first base.
Ryan can't believe it, but it's the second man he's hit tonight.
The call on the field is that the batter was hit by the pitch. Minnesota is challenged.
All right, so Derek Shelton wants to challenge that call. All right, we're in a Northwestern Medicine Manager's Challenge. We're taking a second look at the play. It's always a good idea to get a second opinion. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. And Peters pointing to it immediately.
It's that breaking ball inside. Well, that angle you really can't tell. Hard to tell if it skipped off the uniform or not. This is going to be a tough one. This could very well be call on the field stands, because it doesn't look like there's a lot of definitive proof to overturn the call. But for Shelton, this is one you really have to challenge.
Normally we're looking for some fabric moving on the pant leg. You don't see any of that, but you also can't say for sure it didn't hit him.
But I really like what Tristan did there, because he knows he's got to get on base, and he didn't move his back leg on the hop.
Ryan's trying to get the attention of his catcher Caratini so he can throw some warm-ups.
After review of the call on the field stands, the batter was hit in the knee by the pitch. Minnesota loses their challenge.
Derek Shelton thought it was certainly worth the challenge. but he came up empty. Romo's been caught by a lot of breaking balls tonight. It's hard to look for a pitch, but not right here at 0-0. Adam Beck would like to get out there and break this up. They have some long meetings.
It's up to Drew Romo to either drive in a run or keep this inning going, as he is 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. Benny on at second. Peters just hit by the pitch on at first.
That's the pitch that he's used all night. Very effective against Drew.
Breaking ball this time lands in the zone, and it's quickly 0-2. Got him with a third breaking ball as the Sox strand a couple of runners in the 7th.
Time for tonight's Miller moment. And it's a fine night of Sean Burke. He just had outstanding stuff all night. 7 innings, a 2-run ball on 3 hits with a couple of walks and 8 strikeouts. Unfortunately, his mound opponent, Joe Ryan, has been awfully tough. So he leaves trailing, but a while to go yet as he gives way to Sean Burke. Gives way to Sean Newcomb. Stereo Sean's tonight. 22nd appearance, and he's been really good. ERA a touch over 3.
So Newcomb comes on to face 8-9-1 in the Twins order, as that one just fouled down the right field line. Keyshaw is 0 for 2, a ground out his last time up in the 5th inning. Hard to imagine Sean Burke pitching any better than he did tonight. But because he went up against Joe Ryan, finds himself on the other side of a 2-0 score. Two-2 pitch here from Newcomb. A liner into right. Nishida with the grab. First out here in this 8th inning. All right, take your game day to the next level with our premium seating areas. You get all-inclusive dining, in-seat service, and preferred parking. That's included. For more information, visit whitesox.com/premium or call or text 312-674-1000. Other thing you look at, Joe Ryan has 88 pitches. So you think he's going to come out for at least another half inning.
Well, they don't have the official closer on the Twins just yet. They have 11 pitchers with at least 1 save.
That's called everybody be ready when you're called.
That's pretty much it. I mean, there's no doubt if you're managing a team, you'd love to have an appointed closer, a guy that can come in and get it done for you, but sometimes Derek Shelton just looks and has a feel for who's going to match up better with the guys he's facing in the ninth.
James Outman 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight. As Newcomb trying to make it 3. Two. And just falls out of the glove of Romo, fouled away. Two pitch. Got him upstairs.
He set him up with some breaking balls and put him away with the high heat.
Anytime you face Byron Buxton, you want the bases to be empty. As he steps in here with 2 outs in the 8th inning.
He's played Pepper with Nishida in right field 3 times tonight.
Newcomb has Buxton here in a hole.
That one slipped out of his hands, and no harm, no foul. It was just the first ball of the at bat.
And he didn't have to toss his glove.
Nope. And if you want to swing at that, you can get on base.
Ooh. That did not miss by much.
Got to be careful going downstairs to Buxton. He's pretty tough down there. That was a spot, a good high fastball.
Newcomb got the fly out and a strikeout. Trying to make quick work here in this 8th inning. After coming on to relieve Sean Burke, who went 7. Two pitch. Did he go? He did not. Ball 3.
Jen Powell on the call. She said he didn't go. Looked like he went there. So a break for Buxton.
'20th pitch of the inning for Newcomb. Newcomb fires. Called strike 3 and a challenge now from Buxton.
Call it strike. The batter has challenged.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Twins have 1 remaining.
They have none remaining.
Has 0 challenges remaining.
Minnesota out of challenges. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Eighth we go, and the starter for Minnesota still on the mound, Joe Ryan, with 88 pitches entering this 8th.
Last inning, he had a couple of base runners, in the 4th, and other than that, he's been really tough. You look at those numbers and you know why he's got the lead.
Let's see if Nishida can cause some havoc here. Everyone talks about his personality. He loves cracking jokes, but Paul Janisch told me that he is one of the fiercest competitors in the entire White Sox organization. Let's see if he can do something special here to get on to start this home half of the 8th inning. This one sprayed into left field, and it's going to drop for Nishida. His second big league hit, and it comes in a big spot to start this bottom of the 8th.
It's a high breaking ball, and Ryan hasn't missed with too many of these. But he drops it in front of Larnach, and that brings a tying run to the plate.
Nishida has tons of speed as he takes his lead at first. A 1 count here to Sam Antonacci as they check on Nishida over at first. First time tonight we are seeing some activity in the Twins bullpen.
It's Banda up and throwing. Anthony Banda.
Oh, 2, and Antonacci chases out number 1.
He expands his zone on some high heat. And now the 3 big guys coming up in a row.
Chance for the Sox to tie the game with Munetaka Murakami at the plate. Fans getting excited. The appeal to third did not go around. That was Dan Iasonia on the call. Pitch count getting up there now for Ryan. Here's number 95 tonight. Nope, goes to first. As Brooke told you earlier, we have a challenge by Murakami. ABS powered by T-Mobile as we take a look.
Pitch with a strike. Chicago has 0 challenges remaining.
So both teams out of challenges to finish this game. As Nishida on at first, Murakami at the plate. White Sox 3rd team in Major League Baseball history to have 2 Japanese-born position players in the starting lineup. Murakami sends it deep. Get out! Tie game here in the 8th. It's a moonshot from Mune, and the fans are going nuts here at the rate.
19 and 39 on the power numbers, and there was a breaking ball that didn't break a whole lot. And a whole night of great work from Ryan. Goes by the boards on 1 pitch. We'll watch it again. You see it right down where hitters like it. He dropped the glove again. This time there was reason to do it. That's a home run replay by Lexus.
Back-to-back games with a home run for Murakami. Off the mound, backing up. Keyshaw at second, makes the play at first. And we got a new ball game here in this 8th inning. Nishida with the single, and Murakami ties it with a 2-run shot.
And now you see why Will would not run with Nishida, because he knew in this inning, regardless of what Antonacci did, he's got the big guys coming up. And he would just as soon have a 2-run homer than a 1-run homer. And so that's going to be it for Joe Ryan. He will get a no decision. Sean Burke will get a no decision. And what a game this has turned into.
Case is the starter, Joe Ryan.
And there's a look at the reliever, Anthony Banda. For the 26th time, the ERA up nudging 6.
Two outs, Colson Montgomery.
Had a good one to swing at, and Josh fouled it straight back.
There is new life here at the ballpark. And you got to love for Sean Burke that now he is off the hook.
Both starters with no Ds tonight.
Oh, 2 pitch. We talked about it earlier. Almost 50% of the runs scored via the home run for the White Sox. A 2-run shot here in the 8th, tying the game. Two balls, 2 strikes the count here to Montgomery. He gets a good piece of this one into the gap, and it's going to fall off the wall. Montgomery, he gets to second. A 2-out double.
This double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile double warranty. And one of the big improvements in Colson's game is hitting against left-handers. He is the go-ahead run out at second base.
Chase Mydrop does have a knock tonight, looking for his second. White Sox have out-hit the Twins 6-3. But they need one more to take the lead here in the 8th. Tapper over the mound. It is Keyshaw at second, has to rush it, and safe at first is Mydrop.
Oh, and there's no more challenges, by the way, for the Twins. Now you can ask for a crew chief review.
Oh, on the field, it's safe at first base. So it's a crew chief review.
Boy, right there, that ball is not quite secured in the glove before the foot got there. Again, one of those where maybe no conclusive evidence to overturn. It's really close.
It was called safe on the field. And to your point, it just feels like another call stands. A critical play in this game, and it's taking a lot of time.
Without the bobble at second base, this is out easily at first, but with the bobble, it's bang bang one way or the other.
All right, here's the play.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. Runner is out.
So the call is overturned. That'll do it for the 8th. Auction of the year is now live. You can bid on exclusive experiences and memorabilia, including, get this, the chance to play catch on the field with Munetaka Murakami and Miguel Vargas. Also have game-used bat from Colson Montgomery, an original seat from Old Comiskey Park, and more. You can bid now at whitesox.com/auction. What a game this has been. It was a pitcher's duel. White Sox tying it up in the 8th inning off a 2-run shot from Murakami.
You've got Kreidler on the bench. We are likely to see him.
Josh Bell has emerged on deck.
Davis throwing in the pen for the White Sox.
We've talked about it, how the difference with the squad this year. Games are never over. In years past, it felt like when you're down late.
As long as you have power and you keep the game close, and that's what Sean Burke did. He kept this game close. Then the offense came to play late.
Two, 3, 4 in the Twins lineup. Brooks Lee 0 for 3 tonight. Two-two pitch from Newcomb. Up the middle. My drive, able to smother it. But not enough time to make the throw over as Lee is safe at first.
It's a great effort by Chase. He's got no chance for the play at first. That will bring Josh Bell to the plate. Get him to hit the ball on the ground. He doesn't have a whole lot of speed.
And remember, both teams are out of challenges to finish this 9th inning. That is on the ground. Vargas slides, gets the lead runner at second, but not in time to get Bell.
Boy,
that's a hard slide by Lee at the bag.
That's a wonderful play. Miguel smothers it and just barely gets him. And what Will is saying is he interfered with the play at second base. You can't roll into the pivot man. You cannot do that. They outlawed that in this game some years back, and now
Chicago is challenging that there was a violation of the slide rule at second base.
It was a hard slide by Brooks Lee, and it looked like he went past the bag.
You can't slide and roll. You cannot do that and come up and roll into him. That is not a legal play. That's not a legal slide.
Also very dangerous.
You can take the knees out of a pivot man, and that's one of the reasons why they did away with that. The slide and roll is something that used to be standard in this game years back. Right here you see the slide, and you cannot roll into the pivot man. And that's exactly what he did. Jeremy Rehak is looking at it and doesn't call anything. That's why Will came out. And we'll see how it's ruled.
Thankfully, my drop popped up and was not affected. But now we wait for the decision, as it's currently under review in the command center in New York. I'd love to get a microphone in there just to hear them talk through all the looks, how they're thinking about it, and how they come to a decision on each and every one of these calls. Especially ones like this that take so much time.
After review, the runner rolled, lost contact with the base. That is a violation of the slide rule. The call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Chicago retains their challenge.
Nicely done, Will Venable.
If you don't call that a double play, it's open season on every pivot man in the major leagues. It's our Steinhafels double play. Steinhafels donates $200 to Special Spaces Illinois for every double play. Double plays that make a difference, and this one certainly does. Right there, the slide and roll, you can't do it.
So 2 outs now here in the ninth after the challenge. Good bender in there for strike 2 here against Clemens. Second inning of work in relief for Sean Newcomb. Chopper to first base. Murakami keeps it himself. We go to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 2.
And the Twins here for a pair. Then Detroit comes to town before heading back and seeing these same Twins. Then the off day, and it's on to Philadelphia.
Randall Grichuk. He will pinch hit to start this bottom of the ninth inning for the White Sox. As Caratini is going to make the walk out and just go over the scouting report.
I talked with Randall before the game, and he said, you know, maybe I'll get a chance when they bring in a left-hander late. And here is that chance.
He seemed so calm when he was at his locker. We're talking to him, wondering about if he would get into this game. And he understands what his role is on this team, hitting against lefties. So the Twins make some defensive changes now to start this ninth. Bell, who pinch hit, he will stay in the game and play first. And Clemens will move from first and play left field, taking Larnach out. Oh, 2. And Grichuk goes down swinging, 1 away.
Hill is coming out to pinch hit.
So the righties come off the bench for the White Sox. And now it looks like Derek Shelton will make a counter move.
As Banda walks out, we're going to step out in a tie game late. Sox fans, watch a game your way with the CHSN app. Start from the beginning, hide the scores, and turn on push notifications so you're always ready for the first pitch. Start streaming Sox baseball today on the CHSN app with a 7-day free trial at subscribe.chsn.com. Chicago Sports Network, full stream ahead. New pitcher in the ball game is Andrew Morris, on for the 15th time. The ERA a touch above 4.5.
What a night here in Chicago. White Sox a lengthy homestand. Game 2 of this series against the Twins, tying it up late, and a pinch hitter is Derek Hill. Couple of pinch hit home runs this season for Derek Hill, as the White Sox look to walk it off here in this 9th inning. Hill pinch hitting for Tristan Peters here in this 7-hole. You know, as fun and as wild as this young group has been this season, you look at the face of Will Venable. It is always very steady. You never see much emotion from his face. As the leader of this group here, year 2 for him. In the air, down the line in right field, foul territory, and a snow cone catch by Keyshaw for out number 2.
3 guys converging, and Keyshaw calls everybody off and makes a snow cone of a catch. This one almost rolls up and out of the glove.
Two outs. Drew Romo comes up empty on that first hack. Strike 1. Oh for 3. All strikeouts for Romo tonight.
He's pretty happy to see Ryan out of the game.
Riku Nishida, who started the rally in the 8th, waits on deck. Hard hit up the middle, but Gray is there. And we will go to extras here in Chicago. 2-2, we go to the 10th. Sox are 3-3 in extra inning games so far this season.
And one of the best out of the pen this year, Brian Hudson, comes on for the 27th time. The ERA of 1.42.
So Derek Hill, he will stay in the game and play center after pinch hitting. And the ghost runner will be Cody Clemens. Starts off at second here in the 10th inning. White Sox were pinching in at the corner, being ready for a potential bunt by Austin Martin, but no sign there. Strike one.
The visiting team usually is not going to play for one run. Now, if you're home, different story, but they believe in this case Martin, who's had a base hit and driven in a run tonight, was better suited swinging, but he's down 0-2.
Peel to first, did not go around, ball one.
It was close, but at the end he didn't swing.
Another appeal, and he did go around this time. Out number one in the 10th.
There's the second, and that time he might have gone a touch too far. Jen Powell again. Martin down on strikes without advancing the runner.
And that's the key.
Martin didn't look particularly happy.
Victor Caratini 0 for 3 tonight. And remember, once you go to the 10th, both teams do get a challenge added on. Breaking ball bends in, 1-1 the count. Hudson has become one of the most dependable relievers for the White Sox out of the bullpen. Nasty.
That sweeper has been exploding for Hudson these days, and this one started out outside and dove down and in off the plate.
He's 6'8", drops down that angle and just ties up the righties. Two. Got him upstairs, out number 2.
We'll take another look after the sweeper. He goes to the high heat, and down goes Caratini.
So Orlando Arcia will pinch hit here with 2 outs.
Sox will most likely pinch run for Romo at second. And that's when you see Nishida laying down a bunt. But first things first, get out of this one.
First 2 miss wide. It is so hard to prevent that runner who starts at second from scoring in extra innings. But Hudson, a couple of strikeouts, an out away from getting out of this 10th. That one just to the right of us, and Hudson now a strike away. And a shout out to this crowd. They have stuck around. They have brought this team life, and they rise to their feet with 2 outs here in this 10th inning. Two-two pitch. That is poked in the right field. Nishida, he's going to come up throwing. They're going to test him again. Riku Nishida, back-to-back games, throws out the runner at the plate. You gotta love this kid.
I wonder if that's ever happened. Come up your first 2 games in the major leagues, you gun down a runner at the plate.
Up with a 10.
Well, take a look at this one. Charging all the way, and he gets the wave. And he's out from here to Gary, Indiana. A beautiful throw. And Romo well away from the plate. Nishida is ecstatic, as you would guess. And close behind him is Brian Hudson, who does not give up a run and turns it over to the offense. And that man's going to lead it off here in the bottom of the 10th. And undoubtedly, he's going to be laying it down. And there is the pinch runner out at second.
Acuna will be the pinch runner. So speed on at second and speed at the plate. All 5 feet 6 inches of Riku Nishida. He has overachieved at every single level he has played. Shows bunt, pulls it back, called strike 1. White Sox believe he will continue to overachieve here in the majors.
You got to push this one to third base. You got Bell charging hard at first.
Fouls that bunt away, and it's strike 2.
Taylor Rogers in the game for the 23rd time.
Orlando Arcia, who pinch hit, stays in the game. He plays shortstop. Nishida showing bunt again, pulls it back. How about that faith to show bunt with 2 strikes? She's not impressed. One, 2. And he fouls it away. That'll be strike 3.
Watch it again, and you can't drop the head of the bat. You drop the head of the bat, you're not going to get the bunt down. And if you do bunt in fair territory, it's going to be a pop-up.
So 1 away. Top of the lineup is Sam Antonacci. With the winning run on at second, Acuna. Missing outside, ball 1. This young team continues to believe in themselves, no matter what the deficit. That when they step on the field, they can still get the win. There goes Acuna, and that ball is put in play off the glove of the pitcher. Arcia keeps it, doesn't make the throw, and the White Sox have runners on at the corners.
Justin Jersley's job in that situation, he did it well, was make sure Acuna doesn't go anywhere. The ball is still in the infield, and you can see Justin just pointing to the bag. Stay right here. The only play is going to be right at Acuna. That's where you really have to trust your coach. Arcia makes the fake to first. He's going to wheel and throw to third unless Justin holds him right there.
With Murakami at the play, this is what he did last time up.
He got a breaking ball and tied up the ball game. Twins had been leading this game virtually all night. So Shelton out there to tell him, look, if Antonacci runs, let him go.
There's the current home run leaderboard in Major League Baseball. Murakami trailing Schwarber by 2. All he needs is a base hit here to win it for the Sox. Breaking ball starts the at bat, strike 1. Infield is in for the Twins. The left side, a huge hole open. We have seen Murakami taking breaking balls the other way and showing just how good of a hitter he is. Let's see what he does here in this 0-2 count.
Big hole on the left side of the infield. You have Arcia playing up the middle.
Pitch to Murakami. And that one is foul.
Bell doesn't throw very well, and that could certainly come into play here.
Acuna has great first step quickness and acceleration on at third base. 0-2. Outside, ball 1. Well, everybody coming to the rate got their money's worth tonight. This has been outstanding. Missing off the edge again, ball 2.
That was off the edge by a good margin. Nune has a great eye.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and Murakami stays alive.
Boy, he got that sweeper right up where he could hit it and fouled it straight back.
Two pitch. Murakami, and is gloved by Bell. And now trying to tag Antonacci, steps out of the baseline. He is out. And that's going to do it for this 10th inning. Will Venable might want to challenge this one, he tells home plate umpire just to wait one moment. And he says, play on.
and a tag out for a double play.
All right, so a bizarre play to end the 10th. It was not caught in the air.
No, I don't think Sam could see it, and I think that was the key. If he saw that it wasn't caught, all you do is run to second base. Acuna scores easily. But he couldn't tell if it was a line drive or, in this case, a one-hopper. And it turns out to be a double play and out of the inning.
So Bell stepped on the bag at first for the force. And then Antonacci tagged out. And a new pitcher on to start this 11th inning.
Tyler Davis on for the 13th time. The ERA just a tick below 2.5. So neither team was able to push across a run. And the key is always, in extra innings, the first hitter has to move along the runner at second base.
So Edgar Caro enters the game and he will catch. Derek Hill will shift from center to left, and Acuna, after pinch running, stays in to play center. Ground ball, and that'll hop over the glove of Vargas. Runner will stop at third.
We'll watch it again. This one hits the glove, the knee, and then bounds away. Miguel was in at third. That leaves runners at the corners and nobody out, and it's a base hit.
Bottom of the order is James Outman. Nobody out in this 11th inning. It was Ryan Kreidler, the ghost runner, started at second. Now he's at third. And Keyshaw on at first. Two-0 from Davis. And delivers strike one. Buxton waiting on deck. Check on the runner at first.
Keyshaw has swiped 10 bases, been caught twice. He is their best base stealer.
Tyler Davis in his first season in Major League Baseball in a high pressure situation here. 3-2 past him. One away.
Goes to the four-seamer upstairs and throws it right by him, and now you got a guy that has not grounded into a double play all year. That's Byron Buxton.
Buxton is 0 for 4 tonight. Went down looking back in the 8th inning. White Sox decide to keep the infield back here with one out. See what Buxton has done with runners in scoring position this season. Pitch from Davis, missing low and inside. Such a momentum swing. Had Acuna on at third, one away, and just that bizarre double play to end that 10th inning. Upstairs, did not get him to bite. Three balls and a strike. And it is called strike two as Buxton now will challenge.
He waited till I called it. Call the field a strike, the batter is challenged.
Edgar Carroll thought it was too late, but it was granted. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Pitches ball 4. Minnesota has 1 challenge remaining.
So the call overturned. And Edgar Carroll is going to have to take the walk out. Zach Bove, the pitching coach, wants to have a conversation. Bases loaded, one away in the 11th inning.
Lee had a base hit last time up. From the left side, Lee is much better than he is from the right side.
A jam here for Tyler Davis, as he started his season last year in Double-A for the White Sox. Has been very impressive so far in his rookie season here in the big leagues. Another one fouled away, strike two.
You normally don't go hunting strikeouts, but this is the time to go and try to get one. Couple of fastballs, foul back.
This one driven into right field, and it's going to one-hop the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. Nishida's throw is cut off. 3 runs come in off the double. And the Twins make it a 5-2 game here in the 11th.
Went to the breaking ball after a couple of fastballs, and Lee reached out. Well, that's a splitter. And that one unloads him. Lee's driven in 30 runs this year. Not many bigger than this. And Buxton can really run.
His 9th double of the season. Breaks the tie here in this 11th inning. Bell did go around. Dan Iasonia on the call there. Oh, 2. Byron Buxton finds so many ways to beat you. A walk and scoring from first. He was just flying around the bases.
Well, he's just a great player. When he plays defense, he can turn the game around that way also, because we've seen him do it a number of times.
Keyshaw could feel the steps of Buxton coming up behind him. Two up the middle as Colson Montgomery will throw out Bell at first. Let's see this base running. Started at first base.
Well, he was off to the races when he saw this one. Right there, he hesitates. Now he knows that the ball is against the wall, and then it's no play at the plate.
With Lee now on at third, Cody Clemens takes that one upstairs, ball one. Davis trying to limit the damage here in this 11th inning. Fifth pitch. Popped up. Edgar Carroll and Vargas coming in. And it's Carroll who makes the catch. White Sox down 3. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Both starters brought it tonight. Murakami tied it in the 8th, but the Twins scoring 3 runs in the top of the 11th.
And there we stand with at least 3 to get Yoandres Gomez, a familiar face, on for the 19th time. The ERA 4.68. Walk rate 11.6. We saw a lot of those walks in a White Sox uniform. We'll see how he fares here tonight.
So Munetaka Murakami with the ghost runner to start things off at second, making the final out in the 10th. Twins on their 3rd different shortstop tonight as Kreidler now takes over. Yoandres Gomez played for the White Sox last season after being let go by the Yankees and the Dodgers. In 12 games, had an ERA under 5. And he has since played for the Rays and now the Twins in a span of 2 seasons. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count here to Miguel Vargas. Off the plate, and it's now full.
Gomez always had a good arm. That's why he keeps getting jobs, but he keeps losing jobs because he can't throw a whole lot of strikes.
Payoff pitch to Vargas. Well hit in the air to right center field. But it is Martin camping underneath to make the catch. Murakami, he will tag and advance to third with 1 away here in this 11th. Montgomery getting a swing back on track here tonight. Single in the 4th, double in the 8th inning. Off-speed pitch has him in front, strike 1. Breaking ball as Montgomery now has to regroup. Strike 2.
Couple of good sliders. This the second of 2. This one doesn't do a lot, but it doesn't have to if you throw it away from the left-hander. Just a little movement to take it off the good spot of the bat.
Two. Mydroth on deck. Murakami at third with 1 out. Outside, another full count. No injuries. Gomez will make things interesting.
3-2 count on back-to-back hitters.
Here's the payoff. White Sox trying to avoid their first loss at home against a divisional opponent. Three-2. Good at bat here by Colson.
Nice catch down right close to the field on a carom out of the upper deck.
He's got the Pope on his side.
That's exactly right. Otherwise, he get hit in the back of the head.
3-2. Goes down swinging, and the White Sox down to their final out of the ball game.
There's the slider.
Chase Mydroth trying to extend this game to bring the tying run to the plate. Randall Grichuk with power waits on deck. Shoots this one to the gap in left center field. Murakami will score. An RBI single for Maedroth. And the tying run now will come to the plate.
Chase keeps it alive, gets a slider. And this is a pretty good pitch. He's able to get out in front, take it into the gap in left field. Now Randall Grichuk represents the tying run.
Another lengthy discussion from Caratini and his pitcher Yoendrys Gomez. Knowing that Grichuk does have 4 home runs on the season. Grichuk was released by the Yankees earlier this year. White Sox scooped up the veteran, and he has been clutch in his role coming off the bench for the White Sox so far this year. Maedroth, he will take second off defensive indifference. Grichuk on the ground, backhanded. Kreidler is thrown to first, and that's going to do it. White Sox fought back to tie the game in the 8th, but the Twins, scoring 3 runs in the 11th, will win it by a final 5-3.
Look, it was a great ball game tonight on both sides of the equation. Unfortunately, the Sox come up a little short. But another game tomorrow. It's tied at 1 in the series. We'll see you then.
For Brooke Fletcher, Connor McKnight, Steve Stone, I'm John Schriffen. Thank you for spending your Tuesday night with us here on CHSN. It's a final. Sox lose 5-3 in 11. White Sox postgame live presented by Yuengling comes up after the break.